Here's the truth. According to Forbes, every year, over $100 million in scholarships go unclaimed. That's money students like you could be using for tuition, books, or everyday living expenses. And my guest today has built a system to help you get scholarships. I'm joined today by Shedly Casseus, founder of the Scholarship Plug and president of Casseus College and Career Consulting Group. With over 18 years of experience in college planning and financial aid, Shedly has helped thousands of first-generation students find scholarships, reduce debt, and even graduate completely debt-free. She's the author of How to Apply for Scholarships in 5 Easy Steps, the creator of the $100 Scholarship Challenge, and has been recognized with awards like the Trailblazer and Innovator of the Year Award. And today, guys, she is here to break down where to find scholarships, how to write applications that win, and the mistakes to avoid so that you can graduate college debt-free. New to my channel, hi, I'm Jerica, and I love helping first and second gen college students graduate employed and debt-free. So click subscribe, and I will see you on the other side. Hi, Shedly. Welcome to the New College Perspective. How are you?
I am awesome, Jerica. Thank you.
Yes. This has literally been a long time coming, guys, like literally months and months and months and months in the making. And I am so grateful for your presence here. So we have made sure, guys, that this episode is going to be jam-packed with actionable help so that you can go out here and start winning some scholarships. Shedly, you said before that millions of dollars in scholarships go unclaimed every year. I don't know if it's millions, billions, but why does that happen? And how can students that are listening right now make sure that they're not leaving free money on the table?
Thank you, Jerica. Well, yes, it's billions of dollars go unclaimed, mostly because students don't know where to start. They disqualify themselves way too early, or they don't take the time to apply consistently. You cannot be discouraged off of just because you submitted 3, 4, 10, 15 applications and expect to get paid to go to college. No, some families even assume that scholarships are only for straight A students or star athletes, but that's not true. It's simply not true. Mm-hmm. The money's out there. That's one. Mm-hmm. The money is out there, but it goes to students that are organized, intentional, persistent. My advice, if you don't get anything from this, it's to make a decision that you're going to approach this process seriously, stay organized, and treat it like a part-time job. Start early and stay focused.
I think a lot of students also believe incorrectly that student loans are inevitable. And so from your vantage point, what's the biggest misconception about scholarships, financial aid, and that whole student loan discussion?
Well, the biggest misconception is that financial aid only means, just as you mentioned, Pell Grant or loans. But in reality, it's a layered effect. So aid is layered, and there are there are thousands of sources. So financial aid simply means aid that's financial. So it can come from the federal sources, a federal source, state sources, local government sources, but also from corporations, small businesses, law firms, nonprofits, and community organizations. So loans should be the last option, not the first. Too many families rush into signing loan documents before fully exploring the free money that's out there. So that's why starting early really matters. When you wait, you end up scrambling because there's a lot, especially senior year. It's a lot going on. You have a lot to do, especially by the time you come to me. I need a resume. I need this. I need letters of recommendation. I need a lot of things. So making quick decisions out of pressure instead of planning, you end up having no choice but to take a loan. But my message is simple. Always ask, what free money am I eligible for first before I sign this loan? And consider And don't consider debt until you've exhausted every other opportunity. It's even if it's a matter of I have to sign off in a week, make the call, just ask, is there any other free money that I can be eligible for before I sign my life away with these loans?
Financial aid is aid that is financial. And I think
Right.
people think, okay, financial aid, I got to go to loans. But you're
No.
saying, no, let's shift our perspective to start thinking of these other line items that we should push on, these other doors that we should knock on, kick down, do whatever we need to do to see, is there anything behind there that's for me? Is there any green behind there? We know that scholarships are out there, but let us start at square one. Where should students actually look for scholarships, Shedly? Like beyond the first page of Google for scholarships, beyond bold.org and all these other places that people always talk about. You've been in this space for so long. And so that's why I'm excited to hear like what your thoughts are on where students should actually look, where the majority of your scholarship winners find their scholarships.
It's a popular question. That's all I get. How do I start? Where do I look? What do I do? What do I do?
Give me the money.
First, give me the money. It doesn't work like that. First of all, you start with local opportunities.
Okay.
Step number one, you have access to your high school. I understand every school counseling office is different. Every college and career office is different, but you must start there. Your high school guidance office, even if you can't get into the door, because I understand I was one for years. Even if you can't get an appointment, find out how you stay connected, because there's a source, there's a method for them to get the information out. Because what you'll often hear is we sent it out. We sent it out. We sent it out. Because they're accountable. They have to have something to show that they sent it out. So the step number one is stay connected. We have to find the connection. Where's the communication platform? So your high school guidance counselor, your school counseling office, that's one. Number two, your local community foundations. They literally exist to raise funds for you. Community foundations. If you're not connected with that, we're not in the game. We're not in the game. Okay. So your school counseling office, your local community foundation, who are built to do this, to support you.
Wow.
Then you go into the local businesses. Okay. This is a general, and I know you want to go pinpoint. Let's go step by step. But this is, we're going to go there and then we're going here. Okay. We're here and then we're going to go there.
Yes.
Local businesses. Okay. Local businesses. And then faith-based organizations. So then once you identify how you're affiliated with these entities, then we're going to branch into trusted databases, right? Like, for example, everyone should be tapped into BigFuture. Okay. You're already there signing up for an SAT. College Board makes a lot of money. College Board administers the SAT, AP exams, the PA SAT, and they have publications and test prep material. They're the ones that give you you have to send your scores to the colleges and you have to pay for that. Well, guess what? A few years back, I mean, this has been going on for a while, they decided to give back and create a scholarship platform within the College Board College Board system. You're already there. Wow. You're already paying for it. So why not start where you're already involved? Okay, so that's number two. I think that's number 3 or 4. I don't know. Keep up.
We can. Keep going. This is all good. Keep going.
So you're already signing up for the SAT or looking at your PSAT scores. Okay, so that's one. Then your state, wherever you are, wherever you're listening from, your state has an education department. That is not, You can't debate me on this.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Everyone,
Mm-hmm.
every state has a
Mm-hmm.
state department.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Those are your tax dollars that are funding that page.
Mm-hmm.
On that page, there's links to your state scholarships,
Mm-hmm.
links to affiliated scholarship programs.
Mm-hmm.
That's your next step. Then, of course, come to the scholarship plug.
Yes, yes,
I mean,
yes.
we do this. We cultivate, we capture, we are the hub
Mm-hmm.
of scholarships where organizations send it to us. We get so many scholarships, I don't even know which ones to post. It's so
Mm-hmm.
many.
Mm-hmm.
We created a database for you to tap into for whichever scholarships we post. So now you'll never miss a beat. Listen. What college do you intend to apply to? Can you pick a college from that list? Whatever list you have, whatever college you have in mind, go to their scholarship and financial aid page. They have links there. How do they come up with those links? Because their students have had, the checks go to the colleges majority of the times. So all those scholarships that they receive on behalf of their students, they keep track of. So the links are on their pages. So at minimum, go to the colleges that you're already applying to, go to their financial aid page and see what links that are available for you. Finally, social media.
Okay.
Come on,
Yes.
come
Yes.
on,
Yes.
come on.
I mean, that's how we
Let's
got
be clear.
connected.
Let's be clear.
Mm-hmm.
Social media is a gold mine
Mm-hmm.
when you are using it intentionally. Follow organizations that post opportunities regularly. There
Mm-hmm.
are organizations out there. You'll be amazed at what you'll find: clear,
Mm-hmm.
bold, deadline, amount.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So the key is not just looking nationally, but
Mm-hmm.
start locally where the competition is smaller,
Mm-hmm.
but yet you have options. Come on, we can
Yes.
do this.
Yes. Yes.
We can do this.
Yes, yes. Usually this conversation is just like go to bold.org or go to this or go to that. And that's a great first step. But this is like no, go local. And for
Right.
those, people that are just tuning in, we have these types of scholarship discussions all the time. And just like, hey, there's national, there's international, there's national scholarships, there's state scholarships, but those local scholarships, that's where the money is. And
Yes.
a lot of people are not going to find those opportunities for a myriad of reasons. Some we're going to talk about today. But okay, before I go on to the next question, because you just dropped this on us, this is so amazing. How do you find local community foundations? Like, how do you find them? You just go into Google and type in local community foundations, or is there another way to find them?
Good question. So the easiest way is to Google it.
Okay.
Based off of your district, your county, just Google community foundation in your county. But I did one, we did you guys a solid and put the link of all the community foundations on our website. So if you go on our website, just go on to our scholarship, go to scholarships, and you'll see the databases. There are different tabs at the bottom, and you'll see the community foundations link so that you can identify which community foundation is in your area.
Awesome. Can you say your website again, like the
Sure.
URL?
The scholarshipplug.com.
Okay.
The scholarshipplug.com.
Like, it's not long. It's good. Yeah, so we're definitely going to link that down. Yes, down below. The other thing that you were talking about was BigFuture. Now, a lot of us do take the PSAT, ACT, and all that type of stuff, and I didn't realize that they had a database. And so, like, you just go on the website and access that, or is there any other things that you need to do to prove that, hey, I've taken the ACT type of thing? Or
actually, you don't even have to. Well, one of the features, so their scholarships they're called micro scholarships. So micro scholarships they award based off of your activity. So if you have a college planning list, you'll be considered for $500. If you created a scholarship profile or you've applied to a certain amount of scholarships in their database, you qualify for $500. So depending on your activity, you earn scholarships that way. And they have a scholarship where it's $500 per activity. Okay, you have to be selected. And then there's another monthly scholarship for $40,000.
Wow. Wow. Shedly, why are people not doing this? Like, I know I'm getting
That's what
kind of
I'm
loud, but like, why is this not happening? Why?
they
Why?
don't
Why?
know. They don't know, or they're not prompted, or
Mm-hmm,
maybe they hear it, but they don't know how to do it.
mm-hmm,
It's, I'm not going to say I don't know because I've been in that position
mm-hmm,
because even with my son,
mm-hmm,
there's hundreds of scholarships I can have him do. Is he doing all of them? No, because life happens.
mm-hmm,
They're
mm-hmm,
busy. They have things to
mm-hmm,
do. We're focusing on tutoring for math, for
mm-hmm,
science.
mm-hmm,
Like
mm-hmm,
it's about discipline,
mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm,
I understand because I could have
mm-hmm,
5 scholarships on the table right now. Am I gonna get to them? I don't know.
mm-hmm,
I
mm-hmm,
might, you know.
mm-hmm,
So I
mm-hmm.
feel you. So that's why sometimes you need to maybe go outside of your regular program schedule
Mm-hmm.
and maybe bring a partner, bring an expert to allot the time, just like you hire an accountant to do your
Mm-hmm.
taxes. Maybe you hire a tutor to focus on certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's going to take you bringing someone in
Mm-hmm.
to really
Mm-hmm.
navigate this process with you, at least to get a roadmap of what you need to be doing.
Yes, to
Okay.
have this accountability, right? You
Right,
know you have this appointment, it's on the calendar, therefore you show up, and then from
right,
there you're like held accountable. Okay, where is it? Versus if it's just you, we've had people talk about like, oh, have a scholarship buddy, like someone you're doing scholarships with or something like that. But I think like you're saying, like having an organization as well that can come in and say, here's some accountability, and we know the
exactly,
way, and we've helped lots of people,
exactly.
would be really helpful too. Okay, so I always feel that very close behind the word scholarship is the word scam, right?
Mhm.
So, Shedley, how do students vet the legitimacy of a scholarship and avoid scams? And how do they decide if an award is worth the time? So we have the question about scams, and then if the award is worth the time, what are you
Right.
telling people to navigate that?
Definitely. Scams are definitely real and they are
Mm-hmm,
at an all-time high right
mm-hmm,
now, especially in this, environment. So
mm-hmm.
if a scholarship asks you to pay to apply, beware.
Okay.
Okay? If it's too good to be true, beware.
Mm-hmm,
It's all about paying attention because what I've noticed is a lot of students go to the quick fix, easy submission type scholarships, which I call lotto scholarships. These are lotto based scholarships. So it's kind of like a marketing ploy to gather your information and then pick a random students only because they have to by law. But it's kind of like a marketing pull. So they're trying to gather information, build a list, and sell the list. That's how your inbox becomes such scam or spam, is what I mean. So if they guarantee you, another thing to be aware of is if they guarantee that you'll win, guarantee it's a scam. I'm not even going to say beware. I'm going to say it's a scam because you can't guarantee that. That means you're really not looking. So there's no competition, So unless it's an institution, unless it's a college that's telling you if you apply with all the necessary documents and you meet these eligibility requirements, it's guaranteed. That makes sense. But a random organization that says it's guaranteed if you fill out this form, no, that's a scam. Forget about it. Legitimate scholarships will never ask for banking up front. That's another thing. Okay. They will never ask for banking information, your social security. Many scholarship programs may, however, ask you for a W-9 to report the award for tax purposes, but that comes after. Okay. And that's not true because I've seen a few that ask within the initial packet that you fill out a W-9. But the key to those are if they have a whole packet and they ask for different documentation, but they have a W-9, that's a good sign that that scholarship program has enough money to award many awards. Okay.
Okay.
Because if they're only picking one, they don't need that up front. They'll get it on the back end.
What is a W-9? I know some of our students are going to be asking, what's that? What's a W-9?
Okay, so a W-9 is a tax form to report earnings. So, or disbursement. So a company will give a W-9 to a vendor or a student or a parent to prove that they are giving, they are awarding this money.
Okay.
Or these funds. And it's a tax document to track the fund. Okay. So, but yes, once you get to that point, you're in good hands. That's beautiful. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. So as for whether it's worth the time, I say you want to do the math. There's a strategy to this thing. So if it takes you 2 hours to write an essay for $1,000 award, that's $500 an hour return. You know? So even smaller scholarships add up and can cover books or fees. So at the end of the day, you're expounding on your writing skills. You can't lose by writing scholarships. For scholarships, you can't lose. You're expounding, you're enhancing your communication skills, your network at minimum. Don't think of the money so much. What about your network? Because once you go to college, I'm expecting you to, before graduation, you have a job.
Yes.
Okay. Or if you're planning on starting a business, I'm expecting that the business to be off the ground before you graduate to sustain you. So you can't lose. It's perspective, no pun intended, but it's perspective.
Yes.
Change your perspective. Change the perspective with the scholarship process. The reward is more than the funds.
Yes, I like this. You can't lose. You cannot lose. And, that's why we have the new college perspective, because we want to shift the way we're thinking about college, where we're thinking about money, because it's your perspective that will impact how you walk and how you move. If you're looking at something really depressing, you're going to feel depressed. If you're looking at something very positive and joy-filled, it's going to fill you up to keep going. And so I love that you said that. I will take all the puns, all of that. But I would say this, Shedly, your energy, your passion, and your knowledge is undeniable, literally undeniable. And you've been recognized as a trailblazer and innovator of the year for your work with the Scholarship Plug and all of the work that you do in the community. What motivates you to keep pushing for scholarship access? Where did it come from? What's the why behind what you do? I want our listeners to really hear from your heart about why you got into doing what you're doing to help students.
Well, you know what? I mean, I never grew up thinking I'm going to help students get money for school. Never. That was not my intention. Okay. But for me, it got personal. It started to get personal when I remember what it felt like as an advisor when my first student in 2007, my first student, who was first generation, okay, who would not have been able, she made it clear. She came to my office, if I don't get scholarships, I can't go to college.
Yeah.
I'm a single mom. It's just me and my mom. And she's working part-time right now. And I want to go to college. And I said, you know what, Sabrina? Let's do it. I got you. Got this money. There's money. We could do this. And mind you, I don't have any kids that went to college yet. I do. I come from financial aid, but not so much scholarships. So, okay, I remember how it felt when I just remember how she was able to secure enough funds to cover her entire cost of attendance. I was like, the tears from her to her mom. I have goosebumps right now. The tears that came from her and her mom during that award ceremony. I was like, this is crazy. And then this is what sealed the deal. I remember how it felt when my firstborn went to college, because come on, I can't be a scholarship plug. My kids, my students called me. I didn't come up with that by myself. I didn't name myself the scholarship plug. My students called me the scholarship plug. So I can't
Really?
have my own firstborn go to college
Mm-hmm.
without scholarships. That doesn't make
Mm-hmm.
sense. But I remember how it felt when he went to college for free. I remember where I was, and all I had to pay was for my transportation to get him. Not to get no, that's not true. Not to get him there because he earned the scholarships to get him there. That's through the Isaac Bruce Foundation flew him there. Okay, so I the only thing I had to pay for was my transportation to get there. Everyone should experience that feeling. I've seen so many brilliant students give up on college because they thought they couldn't afford it. I know what it's like to navigate those barriers, and I promised myself whenever the opportunity presented itself, I mean, that was a God thing. It's all God thing. I I promise whether I'm in this space or not, I mean, I'd help open doors for the next generation. Every time I see a student win, regardless of the amount, it proves that access and guidance changes lives. Even the mention, hey, did you apply for the scholarship? Did you see
Mm-hmm.
it? You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's
Mm-hmm.
my why. That's my why.
Yes. 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 And so, like, for our students that are listening, you worked in high schools for 18 years as a guidance counselor, or you were
Well,
what kind of all of that too? I think that is helpful too.
okay, so first I started my this career. My career in education
Mm-hmm.
started in a financial aid department at a college. So
Oh.
they actually made me the face of financial aid because I was able to, yeah, it was crazy. It's, alignment is so, alignment is so serious out here. I mean, like, they made me the face of financial aid because I had a warmth about the process that I would allow that would allow the students to stay, to hear more, even if the cost of the college was expensive. There was a way that I would frame it that, hey man, this is worth it. Stop it. Stop it. Come on. This is an investment in yourself. Don't look at money like that. Don't look at the finances like that. We can attack that, but first I need your buy-in to say that this is worth it. Like, you are educating yourself. There's no money that that's worth your education. No price is worth your education. So from there, I used that experience, and then I went into to the sixth largest school system in the country, which is Broward County, Florida. And I was a college advisor at a high school for 13 years and change. And then I moved up to the district where I was able to support all of the college advisors in the district. So I loved everything about it. And then I had a calling, and then the calling came where I need to do this on my own. And I still work with that high school. As a matter of fact, next week I'm going to that high school to speak. And then I still work with the district as a partner. So it works out, everything works out.
Yes. Yes. No, this is like it's all coming together. And I know some of our students that I interact with talk about interacting with their college advisors or career advisors at their high schools and how they're not able to like get in to see them or they feel kind of dismissed sometimes. Give us some tactics, Shedly. Like if your school was struggling, it's on a struggle bus in this area, right? The person has their favorites and you are not the favorite. What do you do to get
Okay.
access to the information? Like how? Because these are the calls I get with students all the time.
No, it's real. It is real. And it's not, I'm not going to say that it's rare that you find a good scholarship or college advisor.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that they're overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
They're
I agree.
one, imagine, they're one to sometimes 1,500. I was
Yep.
one to 1,400.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was one
Mm-hmm.
advisor for 1,500 students, and I didn't want to deny anyone.
Mm-hmm.
So I would work overtime and overtime and not get paid for. I would be at the school
Mm.
hours in advance and late. Putting on events to be inclusive, but you have to think it's not personal. Don't take it personal. Keep it business. If you have to you have to advocate for yourself. And sometimes you have to get the parents involved. Okay? Don't try to do this yourself. Or even if it's a guardian that has experience in this area, you might have to bring them in. Okay? So if you can't get in with your counselor, first try. I find a lot of students that go to their guidance counselor at the same time consistently and don't get them. Well, you have to change that. Okay? If you can't get them at that time, you may have to change your method and go another time, because that time, maybe that advisor is on lunch. Maybe that school counselor is on lunch. Maybe they're in the classroom helping other students. But that doesn't mean that you're not important. There's so many other ways of communication. Email is key. Okay? You have a track record. Hey, reach out, copy your parents, hold them accountable, be respectful, because it's not personal. If they can't reach you, it's possible that they're doing something else, but that doesn't mean that you're not important. But you have to stand out. Just like when you're applying for scholarships in college, you have to stand out. How are you standing out? Okay? Don't look at it as favoritism. Don't look at it as favoritism. You don't know those kids' stories. You don't know how they showed up for that advisor. You don't know how they're utilizing those students to get the message out so they can have reach. Don't make it personal. Okay? Keep it business, and this is a business of education, and it's your education, and you have to advocate for yourself. So make it happen.
This is really good because, a lot of students are like, what do I do? Or they're so nervous to go. Then they go and the person kind of like pushes them off. So they're like, you don't understand how much I had to psych myself up to even come to your doorstep. Like to even darken the door to be like, hey, I need help. But to put it in an email, I think that's great advice. But also realize this is a business. Come professional, be kind and warm. But also, this is your life. So you have to, this is the first time you might be having to practice. Come back again, switch it up, come back again, until you get that opportunity. So thank you so much, Shedly, for talking about this, because I think this is so important. And you've been doing this so long, it makes sense now why you wrote a book. The book is called How to Apply for Scholarships in 5 Easy Steps. And this book gives students a roadmap so to be able to get scholarships. So first of all, congrats on writing the book, because I know writing is not an easy process. Can you walk us through those 5 steps and what makes them so effective as you've been using this book with your students?
Absolutely. The 5 steps are this: mindset, organization and foundation, search tools, consistency, and follow-up. Mindset. You have to get hyped about this. Make a decision. Make a decision that this is what you're going to make happen. You're not stopping until it's done. Whatever you need to do to tell yourself. In the book, I have different affirmations that you have to repeat. Okay? So you have to be clear and convinced and focused that this is going to get done. I am going to get paid to go to school. They're going to pay me to be in school. That's a decision. That's number 1. Second, you have to get organized and build your foundation so that you're ready when I'm sending you a scholarship. Every month, the Scholarship Plug sends out a bulletin of scholarships. Are you ready for those scholarships? So create a scholarship folder, hard copy and digitally. Gather your essays, resumes, documents. When I meet with a student, that's the first thing I need to see. I want a folder. I want to see everything needs to be in there. We need a tracking of what we're doing so that you can stay organized. Okay? You need to be ready to apply. You need to be ready to receive. You just told me that you're getting paid to go to school. So that means you're ready for any opportunities coming your way. Okay. Number 3, search smart searching. Okay. Make an appointment with your school counselor, college advisor first. First, I need to know what scholarships your school has received from past students. Okay. Who's going to know that? The person that's hosting the senior awards, scholarship awards. That person who's facilitating that, I need to know who that is because I need to know who's familiar with the students at this school. Which scholarships have been awarded already? Some scholarships are embedded into the school system. Your school are the only ones that can apply. How would you know if you're not connected? Okay, so ask which scholarships have been won from the schools, it's from your school in the past. COVID time, the best thing about COVID was all senior programs were online, were virtual. So at minimum, Google, not even Google, YouTube your past award ceremony so that you can see what scholarships have been won. Foot Lockers, Burger King, Comcast, all of this scholarships that your students at your school, the students at your school have won. This is research. It takes time. This is why start early. Okay? So consider a free consultation with us. We have free consultation where based off of your interest, your involvement and background, we're happy to direct you. Okay? Use local, even if it's not us, anyone that can give you a little bit of guidance based off of you, not a general, you. Make use of that. Take the time to learn. Okay? Use local, national, and niche based databases. But it takes time. You have to search. Not all search databases are a good fit for all. It may not be a good fit for you. Some use Fastweb. When I first started my career in college advising, the IT scholarship site database was Fastweb. So I subscribed to Fastweb. No shade on Fastweb, great resource, but it was too much for me. It was too much. I was getting too many. It's too much. So I can imagine. So anything have my students do, I subscribe so I can see how it's going to be received because I'm not sending you anywhere that's going to be crazy. I'm not doing that. So I was like, okay, it is an option, but for a certain student, because some students just can't take that influx. It's just overwhelming. It throws you off, and I need you focused. So you have to know which platforms are a good fit for you. Okay, but that takes time. Number 4, apply consistently. You can't apply just to one or two. No, you're not in the game. Hence the 100 scholarship challenge. That student that I was telling you about that gave me that just started this whole thing for me. She applied to about 70. I saw her list 70 scholarships. The only reason why I pushed it up, I bumped it up to 100 because I was talking to my cousin and she was like, "Why not 100? Nobody wants 70 of anything." Because this started as 70 scholarships challenge because I wanted it to match up to Sabrina's 70 scholarships. So, but my cousin was like, "Nobody wants 70 of anything. Would you accept 70% from your son?" No. Okay, let's bump it up to 100. So that's where the 100 challenge came in. Okay, so that's number 3. So, or number 4, consistent application. My theory is for every 10 scholarships, you may get one. Okay, so keep going. Don't talk to me until you've hit. If you're at 60 and you're not getting any responses, then something's wrong. Something's wrong. You're either you're selecting the wrong scholarships or lotto scholarships, or something's up with your essay, presentation, communication. Something's wrong. We need something else. We need a different approach. Don't get to 100 and say I haven't won anything. So no, something's wrong. So apply consistently. Treat it like a part-time job. If you were to take a part-time job, how many hours would you do a week? Cut that in half. Let's do 10 hours. 10 hours, 15 hours per week. It's a good start. Okay. And that includes searching, researching the organization, and applying, gathering information, because sometimes you're going to need letters of recommendations. You're going to need to communicate with certain entities. Sometimes you'll have to contact your local government. Like, depends on the scholarship, but 10 hours, 15 hours to do all of that is a good start. Number 5, follow up. Follow up. Track your submissions. Deadlines. Thank you, sponsors. Thank you. Thank you. If you haven't heard from them, or even if they denied you, what do? You use that as leverage. Come on, think beyond the money. You didn't select me. Great. How can you help me now? What else can I do? Because you're aligned with my career path. You're aligned with what I want to do. So how can I help you help me?
Yes.
So let's do this. This is a partnership. Think network. So you must check out these things strategically.
Yes.
Okay. This is a job, and it's your job. Think of yourself as an entrepreneur.
Yes.
You're an entrepreneur. This is how you're earning your money.
Yes.
Okay. Come on. Think big. Think big. So, but you do. Oh, Jerica, I have to tell you, you have to check out our new scholarship guide.
Okay. Tell me more about this. Yes.
Yeah. It's a scholarship navigator. I love it. I'm in love with it. We put it together. Our school district used to have college navigators where they directions on graduation and state grants and things like that. So we took that concept and created a scholarship navigator. So this is where you'll have different scholarships. You'll have keywords, a tracker in there.
Wow.
With the navigator, you can book a 15-minute consultation with us for free. And we'll be sure to kickstart your journey in the right direction. And what makes these products effective is simplicity. It's a great read. It's very simple. On the back, I lay out what you need to do from where you are. If you're a 9th grader, 10th grader, 11th grader, what you need to do in simple steps. Simple steps. Okay, so instead of overwhelming students, we've broken down the process into
I'm really excited for this. So we're going to link that definitely down in the comments so that you as a student or parents that are probably tuning into this too are like, okay, I'm ready. Like I honestly, Shedly, from like talking to you, I'm like, okay, do I have some scholarships I need to apply to? Like the mindset thing is super important. And from the different words that you talked about from your book, which one do you think trips students up the most? Like, which one is it from those steps?
From the steps, it's going to be, I believe they have the mindset because they're here, right? So you're listening. So you have the mindset. I just boosted you a little bit more. We boosted you just a little bit more.
A lot more.
A lot more. Hopefully a lot more. Put it in the chat if if we boosted you.
Give me some emojis.
Yeah. So I think it's a lot. It's all of it, but I'm gonna say it's the fundamental piece. Once you're equipped, it's like being equipped with tools. Once you have your tools, you're ready to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So versus if you are presented with an opportunity and you're scrambling, it's just discouraging. It's stressful. It's just a domino effect that's not effective. So I'm going to go to your question. I'm going to say the fundamentals of the scholarship process. I need you to be ready. I need those recommendations ready to go. I want an essay, and I kind of need more than one. I really need 6. I'm not going to go into that, but I need 6 essays. But at minimum, why do you deserve a scholarship? At minimum, I need a strong essay that is undeniable. I need an offer in those words saying why I need to give you this money. I need people to feel bad if they don't pick you. Okay.
Yes.
So let's make it them uncomfortable for
Mm-hmm.
not selecting you. If they don't select you, hopefully
Mm-hmm.
they do. Someone will.
Yes.
So we need a resume. Come on. I need a resume.
Mm-hmm.
I need a resume.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you? I need a list of extracurricular activities.
Yes.
Come on, give me, they're different. This is different, two
Mm-hmm.
different documents. I need a
Mm-hmm.
resume and a list of activities. And
Mm-hmm.
other things need to be there, ready to go, so that when an opportunity is presented, oh, you go to your
Yes.
folder, click, 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 click,
Yes.
done.
Yes.
You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Yes.
So,
Yes. And
answer to that. And I'm glad you asked that.
yeah, no, because I think the fundamentals is where people get tripped up. Like they have the mindset, then it comes to the fundamentals, pulling those things together. So, in your opinion, from your expertise, what wins? Like, what makes a standout application, especially the essay? I don't know if it's storytelling or other things that you're kind of thinking about, but going along
Okay.
this idea of like the foundation and the tools and stuff, what makes a standout application when it comes to the essay?
Well, 100% storytelling.
Okay.
Because remember, the strongest applications connect your personal story to your goal and show resilience, show leadership, show impact. And it doesn't matter who you are. You have a story. You have enough. I met with a student yesterday and I had to pull in the application, they put nothing. No involvement, nothing. I said, that's impossible. It's impossible.
Impossible.
It's impossible for you to have nothing. After conversation, after asking questions, after digging, we came up with 5 different entities that
Yes.
the student was involved in, from competitions to service to, like, you have to really brainstorm. Sometimes students don't think that what they've done matters. No. This is not a time where we're going to be reserved. This is not that game. This is not that game. Humble pie is not here.
Yes.
We don't do this. That's not the sweet part I need right now. We're not doing that. We need to brag.
Yes.
We need to brag and tell your story because they don't know you. It's not about being perfect. It's about being authentic and memorable. Remember, they have no idea who you are. You just appeared on the planet to them. Okay, so it's up to you to tell your story and why you deserve to be selected.
Yes.
Keep it business. This is not personal. You think so. It feels personal because you're pouring your heart out. That's only you. Okay? It's business. Keep it business. You're marketing yourself. Okay?
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
Yes. No, I like it. The keep it business. And when students look at a blank page, they get overwhelmed, right? They get to thinking like, what am I supposed to put on this page? What am I actually supposed to say? And I feel like that blank page just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And then all of a sudden, the phone goes off and there goes the session. That's real. So do you have a simple framework that they can follow for writing an essay that helps them just get it out, get this blank page from staying blank to being filled with the story that a scholarship essay group is going to say, we want this person, we want to award them this money?
Right. Okay. Well, with the scholarship plug, you get an essay coach, right? So we have an essay coach, right? And but you have to understand what sometimes students don't have the fundamentals of writing. So we have a course where you're learning how to write, the intro, the body, the conclusion. Like you're learning this in class, but to bring a new perspective, the new perspective, we bring it, we give examples. So that's one. But there's a method where you want to incorporate this is an easy method: past, present, future. Start with a challenge or story from your past. Okay? Start with a challenge or story from your past. It doesn't necessarily have to be a challenge that you've experienced. Maybe it's an experience that someone else has experienced and it's affected you. Okay? Connect it to what you're doing today.
Okay.
Connect it. Remember, past, present, future. Connect something in the past that has moved you to the present. How did it fuel you? How did it build your character today? Because now you're showing growth.
Yes.
And you're showing development and maturity, right? So now you're going to end it with your future goals and how that scholarship will help you. Yeah. So now the organization is looking like, okay, not only do you recognize impact, not only do you recognize how to appreciate, but you're applying it for your future. Who doesn't want to be a part of that?
Yes.
Remember, it's business. All organizations like to be recognized for what they do. Okay? So these organizations are also looking, how is this student going to impact the masses? And we want to be a part of that.
Yes. Yes.
Because now we're attached to you. Remember, it's business. So this works for almost any prompt. Any prompt. So at first, don't worry about sentence structure. Don't worry about that. Just dump your thoughts. Brain dump. That's what you do. But you have to get in a place where it's quiet and you're focused. You know what you're there to do. No distractions. Then you can revisit the organizations the organization of your work. First, brain dump, then revisit organization. Okay, just make sure you're answering the prompt.
Yeah,
just make sure we don't want to lose the prompt. That's the worst thing to do. Not answering the question.
Look, I've seen that. Some of our listeners know I read for a couple scholarship organizations, and that is one thing that I see. We're about to go into our next season of reading coming up. And I'm just like, how many of you guys are not answering the prompt? Like, this is really awesome. This is a great story. But I didn't ask that. Like,
right.
please answer the prompt. So I think the other part of a foundation is actually the recommendations. So that also stumps people too, is the essays, and then it's the recommendations. What should students ask recommenders for, and how do they make it easy? Any steps or things like that? Because literally I've gotten messages, hey, can you recommend me? And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with that? So let's help them out, Shedly. Like, what should students be doing when it comes to asking for recommendations, best practices, all that jazz?
Okay. So I love that. That's a good question. So ask early or immediately.
Okay.
And whoever you're asking, make sure that it's someone that can actually speak to your progress, to your character. How do they know you? Don't just ask anybody randomly. They won't know what to write. And if you do provide them with something to write, it's not genuine.
Correct.
So ask early or immediately, but ask the right people, right? Ask the right people that can speak to your success. Okay? Here's how to do that. If anyone has ever given you a compliment, I say this all the time. This is it. Program yourself. When they give you a compliment, say thank you. Can you put that in writing for me?
Woo.
That's it. Okay? Remember that. A thank you is great, but I need it in writing. Can you put that in writing? Just that. However you feel. Sure, I can. No matter how short or long it is. That's what you do immediately. Okay? Number 2, even if you're a parent listening to this, if a coworker, colleague, friend, someone in a position compliments you on your child, please have them put it in writing.
Yes.
Help them. This is a village type thing.
Yes.
You need to help the child. Get these things in place. Okay? All hands on deck, because at the end of the day, guess what? These are your pockets too. All right? So, step one, ask early or immediately to the right people. Step two, provide your resume or a short list of accomplishments so they don't have to guess. They don't have to go back to you and ask. And then not only that, they're most likely embarrassed to ask, because if you ask them for a recommendation, you're assuming that we know.
Yes.
So that delays the process even more. So stop the guesswork. Stop it. Business. We have our students use a brag sheet. Okay. It's important to direct your recommenders. Direct them. Direct them on what to say. Believe me, it helps us on what you'd like them to include in your letter. Remember that time I helped you? Remember that time you called me to do some service and I did that?
Yes.
But I mean, I know, but we deal with a lot of students.
Yes. I mean, you're saying thousands of students, 1,500 students. I've seen it where it's 1 to 18,000 students. Oh, yes. You're not going to remember. Even if you want to remember, it's hard to remember.
It's hard to remember. So help us out. Help us help you.
Yes.
Okay. So whatever you do, you'd like them to include in the letter, write that, make it a document. Okay. And save it. Put it in that folder I told you to save. So number 3, give them the deadline and a sample draft or bullet points. Okay. Give them the deadline of when it's due, when you'd like it, and a sample draft or bullet points. So you can make up your draft. When you make it easy, people are more likely to say yes.
Yes.
And write something strong.
Yes.
Make it easy. Even if, and you know what, as a matter of fact, just by doing this, I'm going to have our students create their own letters of recommendation. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh yeah.
That's what
you have to. That's what I teach my students. I teach them to pre-write, and then you can ask them, hey, these are some of my thoughts. Feel free to edit or adjust or all that. But it's nice because no one else on the other side, we just talked about looking at a blank paper, right? Think about your advisor, the person you're asking to recommend you. They too are looking at a blank paper. So we're all looking at blank papers. Let's fill it in and help each other out. So yeah.
Exactly. No, you just made my student. Yeah, that's going to be added on there. I usually tell students if they're struggling with the letters of recommendation, but now every student that comes to me, that's a task.
Yes.
Letter of recommendation.
It happened on, we got a new perspective.
Yes. New perspective. New perspective. Okay. Yes. So those are the 3 steps. Ask early, immediately. And I mean, immediately. That means today, if you are watching this, listening to this, and you don't have any letters of recommendation, or if you don't have at minimum 3 letters of recommendations, you're going to ask immediately. I mean, today, I mean, text whoever right now for that letter of recommendation and follow up with documents to help support them in writing that letter. Number 2, provide the resume, list of accomplishments, bullet points, brag sheet. And number 3, the deadlines. When do you need this letter by? Hopefully you're giving them more than 2 weeks. But sometimes opportunities come up and you need it right away. Apologize in advance. Especially if you need it immediately, you definitely give a template. Definitely give them something to go by. And then that date and time.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think this is really, really good. And one of the things, as we've just had a wonderful conversation, Shedly. Like we've just talked about all these different things, which has been really great. You also keep talking about starting early. What do you mean by starting early? How early?
Okay. So, and I'm not exaggerating when I answer this. If you're listening to me, or if you're listening to this right now, and you can understand the words that are coming out of our mouths, it's time.
Wow.
It's time. It's never too early, nor is it ever too late. But if you hear me today, it's not the same as yesterday.
Yes.
Okay? It's not the same. Because now you know you can't use the excuse, it's never too late, because you know now. You know now. However, those that didn't hear this, I can say to them, it's not too late, because they don't know. When you know better, you do better.
Yes.
So now you know better.
Yes.
The time is literally now. I don't care if your fifth grader is listening to this. There's scholarships for fifth graders.
Yes.
My eldest son earned his first scholarship in 7th grade.
Wow.
So
that's crazy. What I love is that earlier in the episode, and what we've been kind of breaking down too, is that you've given us, okay, where do you go? Where do you start? And this episode is really going to give people the tools, right, to do this, and then to come to you guys at the Scholarship Plug to get their 15 minutes of time with you and to see what other offerings you guys have to be able to help their students graduate debt-free, right? That is what we want to do. We had some people on from the United Negro College Fund. They talk about dethroning the loan. That is what we're trying to do. Let us get out there and dethrone the loan. So before we head into our lightning round, which we always like to do, I want to just kind of summarize all of this really quickly. Student is listening to us. Parent is listening to us. What are the 3 steps, Shedly, they should do right now to be able to win scholarships? What are the 3 steps that you would say? 1, 2, 3. What are they?
1, organize right now. Okay. Create your folder, your scholarship digital folder on your desktop, iPad, even on your phone. Put everything you have in there. If you're lacking, if you can't even think of what to put in there, I'm going to tell you right now, we need a resume. We need an essay. Why do you deserve a scholarship? Who are you? What are your career goals? At least that. Transcripts. Every parent, every student should be able to view their transcript. I need you to know what your transcripts look like before you send it to anywhere, before you send it to colleges, before you send it to a scholarship program, even if it's a program affiliated with your school that you're involved in. You never send a document that you haven't looked at. Put that's something you can do immediately. And if you don't have access, the next school day, you need to put in a request for it. Okay? That's going in that folder. You need whatever certificate you've earned, any honor roll. I don't care if it's straight A honor roll. I need a digital copy of that in that folder. Honors, service hours, anything you have. You should be keeping track of your service hours anyway. So all of that, I need that organized in one. It does something mentally. Okay? Because now in that folder, you'll see a list of things I've accomplished. And it's like, I'm not that bad. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not that bad. I need that. I need you to have that. Okay? That plays into the mindset. Now, number 2, complete one short essay draft, okay, as to why you should be considered for a scholarship. This is your why essay, your why essay. You can reuse it in upcoming applications. I didn't say to create, because there's a lot of people that say, you know, and I'm no shade on
no shade.
No shade. You know, they say no shade, but no shade, no disrespect to any other professional that has said this to students. But I'm talking from a perspective from a professional that helps students win scholarships. I teach students how to get paid to go to college, and there's no way to use one essay for everything. It doesn't work. Okay? No, it doesn't work. So, but you can start that why essay, you can pick at it to reuse in other essays. Okay? That can work. But to have one essay for everything, be careful with that. That's not going to work. It doesn't always fit. Okay? In my experience, I'm looking at 6 different essays that really can be used and reused. Okay? So that's that. So that's number 2. Number 3, apply to at least 2 scholarships before next Sunday.
Yes.
Okay? Before next Sunday night. You may be listening to this on Friday. Next Sunday night. Action beats perfection every time.
Yes.
Action. 2 scholarships. You don't know where to go? Remember, go back, rewind, because we told you where to go. You could go on our page, you'll find a scholarship to work on. 2 scholarships by next Sunday. All right? And send an email to the New College Perspective and let them know you've done your 2. And maybe we could get together and come up with a prize or something. But let me know about your 2. I want to see that you've done 2 by Thursday next Sunday. Next Sunday.
Yes.
Okay? So that's 3. So those are your 3.
Yes. No, this is good because it's like, okay, you guys, you listened. You should be ready to, not should be, you are ready. You are ready. You will win. Repeat after me. You will win scholarships. It is possible. And you have to start putting into practice all of the things that the scholarship plug, Shedly, came on here and told us about, because she knows, she's been in the game. She's been all the places that you don't have the ability to get to, but she knows, she's been there, and she can tell you, hey, this is the path, walk in this way. So before we go, if you're down, I'd love to do just a few lightning round of questions that we've gotten from some of our students. We let you guys know who's coming on the show, and then you can send me questions. Are you down for that, Shedly?
I am, but I want to say one more thing.
Okay, go ahead.
Before we go lightning round.
Yeah.
The theme is get paid to go to school. Get paid to go to school.
Yes.
Okay, that's what we have them repeat.
Yes.
Get paid to go to school. I want you to go to college, and organizations are paying you to be there.
Yes.
Like you're an athlete.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes. Get paid to go to school. Yeah. For those of you guys that are just like listening in or don't know kind of like my background, I got paid to go to school. So I've received over $450,000 worth of scholarship, fellowships, multiple full rides, and they paid me. I got checks every single semester from all the scholarships and awards that I received. So it is possible. Your host has lived that story and can come back and say it is absolutely true. You just have to start following the steps that the scholarship plug told us about today. Okay, so let's get to these lightning round of questions. First question we have from a student is, how many scholarships should a student apply to each month? How many?
Okay. I'll say at least 6 to 8. More if possible, but 6 to 8.
Okay. The next one, they wrote the FAFSA. Any tips for when and what to do with the FAFSA? Because, that's happening right now. So that makes sense.
Right. There's always a FAFSA available. So if you're able, so you always want to look at the year, the graduating year. So if your graduation year is in that FAFSA number, this is for high schoolers, by the way, not college. High schoolers, it's time to do it. Okay. If you're skeptical, use the FAFSA forecaster so that you can practice the application before submitting the actual application. But it must be done. It has to be done. But the FAFSA is first come, first serve. So anything that you're eligible for, you want to get that in. Okay. They literally look at the timestamp. They look at the timestamp when it was submitted. So that's first come, first serve. If we could get that done, that's something that's in your control. Parents, a lot of you haven't filed your taxes. That's okay. Do not hold your student up because you haven't filed your taxes and you're scared because you haven't done it. It's okay. There's an option. The question is, will you or have you? Have you completed your 2020 whatever? Okay. Taxes. It's will you or have you? If you plan on filing, it's still a yes. Okay. And if you don't plan on filing, say no. That's it. Don't let this hold your student up.
Yes.
Okay. Because you're missing out on the money.
Yes. So that's a good question. Thank you. Thank you for whoever sent that. That was a really, really good question. Next question we got from student. Do you need a perfect GPA to win scholarships?
There's no such thing as a perfect GPA.
Okay.
Because you could be a 2.5 student and that 2.6 is perfect for you. There's no perfect GPA. Okay. You could have a 6.0 and not be a good fit for a particular scholarship.
Mm-hmm,
Okay, so there's no such thing as a perfect GPA. Your strength doesn't mean is my strength. We're all different people. So besides, remember, it's about telling your story. That's what's going to be perfect. Your story is perfect, not the GPA. Besides, many scholarships are based on leadership, community service, unique talent. That's what's perfect. You are perfect. It's a matter of finding the perfect scholarship that's a good fit for you. Okay?
Yes, yes. And thank you guys for sending in your questions. It really helps for you to have like the opportunity to ask an expert in whatever we're talking about, in this case, scholarships, to get your questions out there. And Shedly, one more time, what was the phrase that you have your students say when they are going after scholarships? What's that phrase?
We're getting paid to go to college.
Okay. We are getting paid to go to college. That is exactly what you just did for us by coming on the New College Perspective and introducing us to your world and all the advice and knowledge and nuance. That's what I loved about this. This is just so nuanced. Like, hey, don't just go to this one website. No, look here, look there. Think about this mindset shift here, because you have the skills and the proof to back it up. So Shedly, thank you so much for coming on the New College Perspective. I want our students to hear loud and clear. You don't need to wait for more credentials. You don't need to have a perfect GPA, and you don't have to take on massive debt. You can actually be paid to go to college. The money is out there, and with the right systems, you can win it. Before we jump off, where can students find you? Connect with the Scholarship Plug and grab a copy of your book, How to Apply for Scholarships in 5 Easy Steps, and then also the navigator that you have as well. Tell us, where can they follow you? Because they're going to be following you after this.
Okay, thank you so much, Jerica, and the New College Perspective team. Shout out to you guys and the viewers, students, parents, and educators. All of you can visit us on scholarshipplug.com and follow us on Scholarship Money for Student on Instagram. That's where we have the most traction. We're on LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok. Just Google the Scholarship Plug. I am Miss Casseus Parnther. You can Google us. There's no way you can't get to us. So you can even book a free 15-minute consultation with me or a member of my team to get your scholarship journey started. We are excited. We are excited for you. You can do it. I'm excited to announce that we're launching a brand new scholarship program where we're going to be on live every month. Okay. So if you're a part of our membership, you can join once a month. Nothing too crazy, but we want to include those monthly scholarships, give you those tips, bring on the guest speakers that are funding scholarships, okay? Helping families stay on track all year long. So whether you're a parent, student, or organization, this program will make it easier than ever to find and win scholarship consistently. So 15-minute appointment with me or my team. Let's figure it out, how we can help you get your scholarship journey started. It's about starting. Remember, actions beat perfection. Okay? So contact us by email, info@scholarshipplug.com. Scholarshipplug.com. Hit the contact us. Contact us.
Like you said, action beats perfection. And so once again, thank you so much for coming on the show and for talking to our first and second gen college students. And for all of you guys joining, we will see you on the next episode. Have a great day, guys. Bye.